Hello and welcome to Are We Invasive? Dancing with La Niña, Rain, Land, and Environmental Change. My name is Sean Henrich Ramoya, and today we're diving deep into how La Niña and El Niño affect the Philippines, particularly focusing on their impacts on land and soil. But before that, let me introduce our team members, Jerrica Gines, Justine Ilagan, Paulo Paulino, and Prince Banguis. Together, we'll explore these phenomena and their consequences, while also touching upon recent events like Typhoon Karina, which significantly impacted our country. Let's get started with discussing La Niña and its impact in the Philippines. La Niña is characterized by cooler than average sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern tropical Pacific Ocean. This phenomenon brings about significant changes in weather patterns, especially in the Philippines. First, La Niña increases the frequency and intensity of rainfall. This can lead to severe flooding, as we've recently experienced with Typhoon Karina, which strengthened the southwest monsoon or habagat, causing extensive damage and even loss of lives in central Luzon. Secondly, the excessive rainfall from La Niña can lead to soil erosion. When land is continuously soaked, the soil structure weakens, making it more susceptible to erosion. This not only affects agricultural productivity, but also threatens the stability of our landscapes. Lastly, La Niña can cause landslides. The heavy rains saturate the soil, increasing the risk of landslides, particularly in the mountainous regions. These landslides can destroy homes, infrastructure, and even entire communities. In the next segment, Prince will discuss how we can better prepare ourselves for La Niña and mitigate its effects.
Let's discuss La Niña and how this phenomenon significantly affects our climate and impacts our weather system. We will explore the rise of La Niña and the necessary preparations. So first of all, what is La Niña? La Niña is a climate event characterized by cooler than average temperatures in the tropical Pacific Ocean, leading to increased tropical rainfall in certain regions. It is essentially the cooling phase of El Niño Southern Oscillation Cycle. So how this impacts the agriculture? The impacts of La Niña in agriculture has both beneficial and disadvantages. What I mean by beneficial is that increased rainfall associated with La Niña can benefit the agriculture by replenishing water reserves and nourishing crops. However, excessive rainfall can lead to muddy soil, landslides, and flooding, which can adversely affect agriculture productivity. So how are we going to prepare ourselves to avoid that disaster? First, in preparation of La Niña, you must observe your surroundings and environment first. If you're at home, make sure the water is not constantly leaking inside your home. You must verify your surroundings by making sure that there are no flood damages, especially if you are in a flood-prone area. Always prepare to have your emergency kit. It is safety for yourself and for your family. That includes perishable foods, water, flashlight, and a radio. And the most important part is to remain calm. From following these steps, you can minimize the impact of La Niña to protect your family, friends, and yourself, and to ensure more resilient operation through the stormy region.
When the trade winds weaken or change direction, warm water from the western Pacific moves towards the eastern Pacific, creating El Niño. This changes usual rainfall and temperature patterns, causing unusual weather like increased rain in some areas and complete droughts in others. In the Philippines and Southeast Asia, El Niño leads to unusually dry and warm conditions, increasing the risk of extreme weather like heat waves, typhoons, and droughts, which can cause health problems such as malnutrition, injuries, and infectious diseases. ENSO, or El Niño Southern Oscillation, impacts the climate, often negatively, affecting society as well as the environment. Understanding ENSO's effects on droughts, floods, and cyclones can help in decision-making and risk management, and using seasonal climate forecasts can help mitigate these impacts.
When the ocean gets really warm in a special part of the world, an El Niño occurs. When this happens, it can cause big changes in the weather.
But how does it affect us? Some places gets too much rain while the others gets too little. This can cause floods, droughts, and big storms. Also, ocean animals and plants can get sick when the water is too warm. Farms can also have problems because of the bad weather.
So technically, El Niño is like a big ocean mood swing that affects the whole world?
There are several tactics that our community can use to deal with El Niño and La Niña. The following are some significant steps. Educational awareness. Hold educational event and increase public knowledge of these weather patterns. and appropriate preparedness measure, such as workshop, seminar, and the sharing of educational resources might all fall under this category. Infrastructure and improvement. Make investment in building and maintaining of the weather-resistant infrastructure, such as reliable water storage and property resistant to flooding. Last is the government and community support. Ensure the certain that the community gets resources and assistance from the local government to help it adjust. Plan for emergency responses, financing, and technical advices are all included to this.